Hi, Scorpio. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on with you and the people in your love life, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, looking good, Scorpio. Okay, overall energy for this week's reading is the Nine of Wands. This is talking about, the wounded warrior. Okay, so you've been through a lot when it comes to your love life. I feel like you've been through a lot in your life period, because Scorpio, being a Scorpio in and of itself isn't, is a not an imposition, I want to say, but is a test. It's always a test of faith, right? You're dying and then having rebirth, dying and then rebirth, dying and rebirth. That's just the nature of life with a Scorpio. So with this Nine of Wands, I feel like this is spirit telling you to keep going, to persist. Okay, I know this particular death and rebirth that you're going through is an arduous one. It is a tumultuous one, but spirit is trying to tell you with this Nine of Swords, or Nine of Wands, I'm sorry, that if you keep going, you're eventually going to get to where you're trying to get to, which is the end, because the 9, then we've got the 10, and then that's the end. Okay, then we've got the Three of Wands showing up here. This is talking about you waiting for your ships to come in. I feel like you've been waiting for a long time. Okay, spirit is just telling you to keep the faith and to trust what is happening in this situation, that everything's not going to come to fruition when you want it to. And you see my the way I'm saying it, right? Because they telling me the same thing. They're telling me the same thing with this. Just, you gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait. And I know you're asking the same thing I'm asking. What are we waiting on? Okay, then we got the Two of Wands showing up here. This is talking about being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision. This could also talk about moving, you being at a distance from your person, whether it's the new person or the old person. It can also, like I said, talk about, geographic location, like thinking about moving from where you are and trying to figure out what's the best, I guess, option for you. Okay, underneath this, we have the Nine of Cups. So spirit is telling you with this Nine of Cups that what you want is coming. What you've wished for is on its way. Okay, you are moving from rough waters into calmer waters, and there's just a need to be patient. Okay, and stop worrying about what is happening. I know it's easier said than done. I know. Okay, because waiting, it it causes a lot of times you to worry, because you're like, okay, if this is supposed to happen, why is there a need to wait so much? I feel like for a lot of you, it is because there are certain things that you need to heal. That is something that you need to be working on right now. If you're not healing and doing the things you need to do, spirit is letting you know that is slowing down your manifestation. So if there's something that you really wanting, and you've been waiting and it hasn't come, you got to ask yourself, where have you been slacking? Okay, what is it that you haven't been doing? Because just watching a tarot card reading and having spirit tell you about these things, that's not all that there is. These are the recommendations. You have to pick up the ball and run with it. Okay, when they give it to you, you can't just stand there and hold it like a deer in headlights and expect something to change. The only way things are going to change is when you start to make the change. Okay, all right, so we're going to start by clarifying this Nine of Wands. Okay, so let me get one more card. Okay, so we've got you going through a spiritual awakening, right? It's talking about a spiritual ascension, a change in your behavior, slowing down to reflect. For a lot of you, I think a lot of you are going through a period in time now where you're exhausted, because I'm sitting in this energy and I feel exhausted. So some of you need to be getting more rest than what you're getting. Okay, this is supposed to be a time like for you to reflect and to work on yourself, and also for you to rest, because I feel like things are coming to a head soon, and you know your life is about to pick up. You're going to have new people showing up in your life. It's not just love. I feel like for some of you, you know, other people from your soul tribe are going to show up. You know, some of you are moving, because we were just talking about that with the Two of Wands. There are a lot of things that are going on. You may be having career changes. Like I said, you may have to relocate because it may have to do with a promotion or something from work. It's a lot of different things that I feel, you know, that are coming on, and I feel like a lot of you are just exhausted, because I just want to, sitting in this energy, I just want to crawl back in my bed and go back to sleep. That's the way I feel. Okay. All right. Then we've got on your person's side, confession. So this could be the twin, or it could be the new person. It could be both of them. Okay. Because when one confesses, talking about the soulmate, then here comes the twin wanting to confess as well. Okay. Because they're both, if they're not telling you how they feel, they're both wearing a mask at this point, right? Then we've got the backstabbing card. So it's talking about heartbreak and pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, shocking attack. Okay. All these things are going on while you're trying to go through a spiritual awakening, and a spiritual awakening by itself is difficult. So my heart goes out to you, but I'm going through the same type of stuff y'all going through too. So I understand how it feels, but keep pushing forward, keep moving on. That's why you're showing up as the Nine of Wands, because I feel like, you know, you're getting to certain points in your life where you're just wanting to give up. And Spirit is trying to tell you, you know, keep the faith, trust, you know, understand that these things are going and they're happening for a reason, and you're eventually going to get to where you're trying to go. Okay. All right. So when we have the card for you this week, we have the Ace of Cups. Okay. This is talking about, it can talk about a brand new relationship, okay, or a rekindled romance for some of you. But I feel like mostly what this is talking about is self-love. I feel like a lot of you may have been putting time and effort into self-love. And if you haven't been doing that, that's what Spirit is advising with this Ace of Cups, okay? Because your cup has to overflow if you're wanting other people to come towards you and have their cups overflow for you as well, okay? All right, let's clarify. Okay, so you're being guided through this situation by Spirit, okay? The feathers that I'm being drawn to on this card may be of significance to you. You may start to see feathers, or you may have been seeing feathers, okay? Then we've got the Karmic family card. Ugh, I'm so tired of this damn card showing up. It is talking about a relationship with someone in the immediate family who's been brought back from previous lifetimes to work things out peacefully. So this is somebody that sticks in your damn craw. When you say black, this person says white. It's a situation where, you know, they just try to run roughshod all over you. They could be very disrespectful. This is somebody that comes, like, you may be calm and in a good what is it, in a good mood, and this person may come forward, you know, just out of nowhere with, you know, just spouting a lot of bullshit. And I feel like, you know, in this situation, Spirit is saying that this person has been brought back so you can work whatever out you need to work out with this person. My advice to you is, just with people like this, if this is somebody that's been in your family, it's always been like this between you and them, just forgive this person, let it go, and just love them from afar, because you can't make this person show up any kind of way other than the way they want to show up. And so the best thing for you to do is just to, because it's time, like I said, you've got new soul family coming in, so you need to free up all the spaces you can, you know, with these people that are, you know, shitting on you and not, you know, not treating you the way you deserve to be treated. It's time for you to let these people go and free up these spots, so that when your new soul family comes in, the people who are supposed to be in your life, your cheerleaders, leaders, the people that have your back, you have spots for them to be in, because this kind of stuff is not serving anybody. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So you're ascending. Okay. This is about you, you know, experiencing learning and expansion, a lot of transcendence. You're preparing for union, okay, for this new person to come in. So you're preparing, Spirit is preparing you for the new phase of your life, because things are about to change, Scorpio, and when they change, they'll never be the same. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, we've got two cards showing up here. We have the Four of Pentacles and we have the Death card. The Death card, of course, is your energy, right? Or our energy, because I'm Scorpio too. So with these two cards, what I feel like Spirit is talking about, it's talking about somebody holding themselves back with this Four of Pentacles here. And it's also talking about, you know, this is the same person where I tell you the twin, because they see you as their possession. Okay. But they want you, see that, how that coin is like it looks like they're giving you a coin, or like somebody's giving them a coin. Let's say that it looks like somebody's giving them a coin, right? The reason why Spirit is showing you this is because this type of person, this person is wanting you to give everything while they hold themselves back and give you nothing. Okay. Then we've got the Death card here. Spirit is telling you that this situation is going to change if it hasn't already started to change for a lot of you. Okay. Because I feel like a lot of you either have one foot out the door or you're completely gone from this person and you're trying to move on and prepare yourself for the new love. Okay. Let's clarify. Yeah. See, this person is very deceptive. Okay. That's what we got coming in here. The deception card. They lie to themselves and they damn sure are lying to you if they're lying to themselves. Okay. Then we've got the balance card. So this is what this person needs. They need balance in their life because they're severely out of whack. They sit more in a logical mindset and they run like hell from feelings. And so this is what's thrown them out of balance. And Spirit is saying that, they do require balance in their life in order to move forward in a healthy manner. So, yeah, see, this is what this person is all about with this seduction card. Okay. They're looking for people they're attracted to. They like to tease people. They want to hook up and date people. You know what I mean with a hook up, get their wick wet, or have have the wick, what is it? Receive the wick. And this is like third party energy, okay, and temptation. This is someone who cannot turn away from temptation. All right, they like third party situation because they always want to have somebody there that can give them that reassurance and that attention that they want. And then they feel like if they lay it low and spread it wide, that they can always have somebody available to them when they need something. And I feel like it keeps them from getting pulled in emotionally by having a lot of people as well, because they're never focused on one, focused completely on one person. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the energy between the both of you, we've got the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Okay. So Queen of Cups for me, it could be, Cancer or Pisces, but for me, when it shows up, this is Spirit saying Scorpio. So this is your energy. And then the Ten of Cups, which is talking about happiness, family. This is what you want, okay? And I feel like with this, with this other person, if they were sitting in their proper energy, I feel like they want the same thing as well. That they have a lot of love for you, and they were wanting to have this for you. This is something that they sit up at night and daydream about, during the daytime, and they think about it at night. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'm saying that this is, what they think, but this is what they're thinking. It doesn't mean that they're going to do anything to make this happen. And you see that Ace of Cups that you've got there? This Ace of Cups you've got here matches that cup there. You see it? Okay, so I just feel like, Spirit is just talking about what it is you're wanting, okay? That this was the energy that this is what you tried to come towards this person with, and they tried to pretend that mirrored it back to you and tried to pretend that this is what they wanted. And deep down inside, I feel like it is what they want, but they're not in a space to be able to hold this type of energy. Okay, I feel like you are working towards that. You're ascending to where you can hold this, but they can't do it at all. All right, let's clarify. Okay, yeah. So this person, they have toxic addictions. This is why they can't get in touch with their feelings, because they're so busy numbing themselves out, drinking it, drugging it, spinning it, sleeping with it, whatever it is that they're doing to numb themselves so that they don't have to pay attention to what's going on with them. That's what they're doing with this toxic addiction card. Okay. Then for you, we've got you showing up as having a lot of passion for this person. Okay. And this is what this person uses against you, Scorpio. Okay. Because we all gotta what is it? This is our stereotype, that because we're ruled by the genitals, that this is what we're all about. This is what people try to say we're all about, and you know better than that. One Scorpio to another, that there's more than this. There's more than this for us. That this is a part of us, but we're not. What is it? How do they say that? Let me just say this: we're not your average bear. we're not your average bear when it comes to certain things. We're very multifaceted, even though people say that this is all we're about is sex. But I feel like, you have a lot of passion, or you did have a lot of passion towards this person. This person turns you on a lot because they are your twin. That's part of it. Okay. Is the lust that you have for each other. Okay. The love and the lust, except the difference is you were trying to leave with the love. Okay. And then, I feel like it was equal love and lust for you, but for this person, they pushed the love to the side and were just all about the lust. And they're trying to use the lust that you got for them against you so that they can come in and get what they want when they want it. Okay. All right. Okay. So you got somebody, this is talking about the new person that's coming in. Okay. The new person, the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups, I feel like it's for the new person as well. Okay. So it's talking about them coming in, wanting to talk to you, being interested. Okay. You may be waiting for their messages, text calls, emails, and talking to them more. Okay. But they have a lot of love for you with the Queen of Cups. This is real. This is genuine. And this is what they want with you. They want forever with you. They want to have a family with you. If that's what you're wanting, they definitely want a higher level of commitment, whether it's a committed relationship or whether the two of you end up married. And, I feel like this is the direction you're heading towards. But you have to continue to work on yourself and do the things you need to do so you can open yourself up to this. Because when people fuck us over, is the first thing we want to do is shut down. And that's fair. I feel like it's fair because I'm like you can't mess around with people and think there aren't going to be consequences. Okay. But Spirit is telling you to keep your heart open. All right. And not let what this person did to you, not let it affect you like that. Okay. Not become jaded or become bitter, because it's easy to do that when people step on your heart. But the reason why Spirit is telling you to open yourself up, because you got somebody coming in that's going to be the complete opposite of this twin. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the outcome, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. This is the soulmate showing up here. Okay. This is destiny. This is a destined connection, a fated connection with the Wheel of Fortune. And Spirit is telling you that the universe is on your side, that you were harmed. You were the person that was perpetrated against in this connection. And so this is about you getting your justice. Okay. Your twin's going to get their justice as well. They're already starting to, because a lot of crazy things are happening to some of these twins. Okay. Some of them are getting kicked out of where they live. Some of them are losing jobs because, they're overindulging with the drinking and the drugging. It's a lot of crazy stuff that's happening. Okay. So these people are actually, having to come to Jesus moment that they don't want. They're reaping what they've sown. Okay. So there will be more to come as well for this, for these people. That's why I tell y'all, don't try to, get revenge. I know it's what you want to do. I know, because I'm a Scorpio too. Trust me, it's a Scorpio talking to a Scorpio. So I know how your mind works, because we're very similar. Okay. We may not be the same person, but we're very similar. So Spirit is just telling you to, put your head down, focus on what you're trying to do to move forward, because the best revenge for this person, this twin, is going to be when they see you, walking around kissing your new person in the mouth. That's what's really going to upset them. Okay. This person's going to flip out when they see you with this new person. Okay. So that's what Spirit is telling you, to focus on yourself and focus on moving forward, moving towards what you want. Yeah. Okay, so for you, you're showing up with this anger card. Okay, everybody's going to be at a different point in this reading, and I feel like with this anger card, this could be, this old person coming back in trying to mess around with you when you're done with them and you don't want anything else to do with them. But see, they want to keep you in this energy. They want to keep you stuck so that they can continue to control you, or try to get you back under their wing so that they control you. So that they can try to control you. Let me say that, because like I said, I'll give anybody that can control a Scorpio a prize. I'll give them a prize, because that's a difficult damn thing to try to do. Okay. So like I told you, this person, their whole agenda was to try to break you. And I'm sure part of it had to do with you being a Scorpio, okay? Because they know we strong individuals. We not about the bullshit, and that we'll come out swinging when you want to mess with us, okay? So you're showing up as angry. It could be because you're waiting on this person. The person hasn't shown up yet, or maybe you know who this person is, and maybe the person is not showing up in the energy you were expecting them to, okay? It could be I'm picking up a whole bunch of different things, but whatever is going on with this anger, this is something that you got to deal with. It's what spirit is saying, okay? You got to let this anger go, no matter what the cause of it is. You got to let it go because it's disrupting your energy. It's not, you're not putting out the signal that you need to be able to manifest what you want if you're sitting in anger, okay? Then we've got the stability card showing up for the twin. This person is trying to, stabilize themselves. The new person could be doing that as well. Because remember, as I told you, they were getting out of something where they were, mistreated and taken for granted as well. And this could be them trying to stabilize themselves as well. Okay. So we've got the old school card showing up, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events, over and over in your head. I feel like that's what the twin is doing. Okay. I feel like every night they replay what happened between the two of you, trying to figure out how, like I said, they can regain that control or what went wrong in the connection, because, of course, they don't want to take responsibility for it, right? It's all your fault. They didn't do anything wrong. All they did was sit and look cute, and you did everything, because this is how they think, right? This is the craziness that goes through their mind. So with this old school card, this could be some thoughts that may be going on in your head that need to be taken care of as well, because maybe these thoughts could be stopping or slowing down your manifestation with the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever these outdated things are, what they are. You got to go back and heal them. You got to go back and deal with them. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we're going to get some messages from spirit. Okay, so we've got mysterious. It says someone is acting secretive and revealing little of themselves. Okay, this I feel like is representing the twin. You could be looking this way to the twin because you have walked out of this connection and you no longer want to be with them. Then we've got vulnerability. The situation is challenging someone to take the risk and to be emotionally available and open. All right, so spirit is telling you that you got to maintain your vulnerability, because if you want this new person to come in, spirit is not going to let this person come in if you're going to shut down and make it hard for them or try to put the screws to them because of what the twin did to you. Okay. And you got to remember, that's what the twin wants you to do. The twin wants you to self-sabotage and mess something up because of, from what they did to you. And then, like I said, if you are not going to move forward and try to find the positive and forgive this person and let it go. Because remember, forgiveness is not giving them a pass. It's just, letting this person out of your energy so you don't bring them and have a third party in your connection with the new person. Okay. So spirit is telling you to maintain your vulnerability. Don't be afraid to open up to this new person, because this is supposed to be somebody you can trust. And then with the the twin, this is about them needing to open themselves up too, because this is the main reason why they're going around acting crazy, because you shoving stuff down, it's got to go somewhere. It can't just be bottled up forever and not have an effect on you. So that's why this person just act crazy like they do, because they got all this shit they shoving down, and it wasn't just the feelings for you. There were other things that happened to this person in the past that they haven't healed. And when you don't heal these things, they still moving around in your body, telling you all kind of crazy stuff, making you think certain things. Your ego is or their ego is talking to them, telling them, to act like this and do that. And then, it's a card that talks about self-sabotage that we've looked at before, where there's a devil on one hand and the angel on the other, and they looking at the devil. They not paying attention to the angel. This person is not trying to do right. And so, but then they feel like they supposed to get all the kudos, all the rewards, all the good stuff, but not do anything for it. They feel like, they're deserving just as they are, that they don't have to do anything in order to have what it is that they want. And that's the thinking that's gotten them in this situation they're in now. Okay. Then we've got affection. An open display of love and special attention to each other's needs is warranted. This is what spirit is telling you. You got to come in matching that other person's energy, like the both of you, giving to each other, because you both been through stuff. Okay, you both should understand where the other person is coming from, because you both been dragged, you both been, mistreated, you both been breadcrumbed or, abused. Hopefully not physically, but emotionally. And so this is about both of you learning from what happened, okay? And realizing that you can't let what other people do change you, change your character as a person, because then they won. You've allowed them to make you somebody you're not, that's not truly who you are, okay? All right. Let's get some messages. We're gonna start with the crazy. We're gonna start with your crazy twin first and let them get it out, and then we'll get the messages from the new person. Okay, so we've got, I know that you may not feel for me as I feel for you. So see, this person can feel you drifting away from them, the two of you drifting apart. They know that you don't feel the same way anymore. And what they can't understand is how you don't have no feelings for them anymore, but they got all the feelings and they're trying to get away from you, and they can't do it. They can't do it because every time they try to run away, they being gripped by these feelings. The feelings got a chokehold, got them in a damn got them in a what is it, a headlock, got them in a headlock. That's what's going on, because that's what I can see. I can see somebody holding somebody in a headlock. Then we've got, I am embarrassed by my actions and feel disgusted with myself. As you should, twin, as you should. Okay. Then we've got, I don't understand what you see in me. I don't feel attractive. See, what did I tell you? This person lays up in the bed at night and just ask questions themselves. They question, why do you feel the way you feel for them when they know they're not deserving of it? They know they don't deserve it, because look at the way that they act. Look at the way they treat people. Because let me tell you this, Scorpio, don't think this person been running roughshod over people for all their lives and nobody's ever clapped back and told them, okay, what you're doing is fucked up. Okay. And I'm sure they've heard it many times, but this is somebody that is delusional. They just live in their own world. And it's like everything outside of that to them is illusion, right? It's whatever they think and however they see the world. That's the right thing for them. That's why they can't take responsibility, because in their world, they didn't do anything wrong. Even though they got people on the outside, and it's not just you, it's other people that they've done stuff to, that they know deep down inside that they are wrong, and they just don't want to hold themselves responsible for it. Okay? But as long as they sit in that type of energy, all of their blessings will be blocked. Okay? All right. So let's move on to the new person. Okay. Okay, so we've got faith. It says, I have faith and hope in our connection and in us. I know you have been brought into my life for a reason, and it's bigger than the both of us. I know that we're destined to be together, and have faith in God that, they will find a way for us. Okay. So this is about Spirit telling you to have faith that this connection is going to work out. This person is coming. Like I said, I know it sucks to see other people, in the comments talking about they person that came, or you see other people in other readings or whatever, or other readers' comments or whatever, saying that their person that showed up and stuff like that. And I know you're like questioning it, like, where's yours? Where's your person? But you just got to keep the faith, Scorpio. If I could wave my magic wand and everybody end up with their person right now, that's what I would do. But I guess that's why I don't have a magic wand, right? Okay, so let's move on. Everything's got to happen in its right time. And when you look back on this, you'll realize that, when it happened was when it was supposed to happen. And that was the best, the best time it could have. Okay. So we've got, you're the only one I see. Okay. So like I said, it's like you can walk and be in a room with 1,000 beautiful women, or 1,000 beautiful or handsome males, and this person only sees you. They don't see anybody else. Okay. Then we have, even though you're not with me, my love for you grows every day. So this person, this is going to be somebody who they're going to look at you a certain way. You know those movies. You know those movies. You girls. You know those movies. I'm talking to y'all, the females right now. Some of the males may know because y'all may like your rom coms or your romantic movies or whatever. You know those movies where the guy falls in love and the guy and the girl falls in love, and then the guy looks at her like she hung the damn moon. This is how this person is going to look at you. And then it's going to be a thing where when y'all been together 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, if y'all stay together that long, they're still going to be looking at you like that years on down the line. Okay. Then we've got, I didn't know what love felt like until you came along. So like I said, this may have been someone who gave up on love and didn't, because they had, like I said, they've been dragged and mistreated just like you. Okay. But they are still, when they saw you, it was love at first sight. And now they're wanting to come back in and they're ready to open themselves up to you. So Spirit is expecting you, if you're wanting to be with this person, you got to match that energy. Just like you want them to match yours, you got to match theirs as well. Like I said, that's why I'm telling you the healing is so important, because once you get past the healing, you will want to open yourself up to this love, because this is going to be, like I said, love unlike anything else you've experienced, because you've never really experienced love with this twin, because it was unrequited. Because even though the person had love for you, okay, they weren't showing it to you. They weren't willingly giving it to you. They were running from you when you were trying to give them yours. So this is going to be somebody where they going to come in wanting to give you love off jump. And, you're going to want to give them the love when you start to see how it feels to be around this person and to be in their energy, and how giving they are to you, how they love you, how they put you first, how they prioritize you in your relationship. It's going to make you open up and want to give to them if you want to be in a relationship. Okay. There's some people in the comments saying, oh, well, they want to be by themselves, and why can't they just choose themselves? And I don't have no problem with that. If you want to be by yourself, you go right on ahead and be by yourself. But I'm not one of them people. Okay. I'm not judging anybody. Whatever choice you make for you is the best choice. But I would question why you watching tarot card readings if you want to be by yourself. Like, what's the point of watching a love tarot card reading if you saying that what you really want is to be by yourself? And I don't believe that. I feel like those people that say that, they're going through a period of feeling bitter or feeling jaded. And because if they really did feel like that, why would they be watching tarot card readings, and why would they be coming on commenting saying that that they just want to be by themselves? Because if you really wanted to be by yourself, you wouldn't be watching tarot card readings. You would just be off on your own, right? I don't know. Just saying. Okay. So before you go, we're going to pull some Black Hollywood Romance Stars Oracle cards and see what else Spirit wants to tell you before I let you go. Okay. So the first card says forgive and heal. Okay. It says, as you forgive and heal, your love life becomes brighter and healthier. So this is about you letting go of what happened with this twin. Because like I said, I know they broke your heart. I know they dragged you. You got drugged by them. I say drug is not drug, but it's dragged. You got dragged by them, but you can overcome this. If anybody can overcome this, I tell you this all the time, Scorpio. If there's any damn zodiac sign of the 12 that I would put my money on, if somebody said you got to pick one and put your money on who could overcome it, it's you, Scorpio. Okay. Because you go through this all the time. This is like breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you. Okay. Having to go through having to get over something somebody did to you, or going through a tower moment that you have to heal from. This is like old hat for you. So that's why I'm telling you, you never would have been brought into this situation if Spirit didn't believe that you could overcome it. Okay. All right. Then we've got ecstasy. Okay. It says your partner elevates your mind, body, and soul. This feeling of pleasure is electrifying. So this is the reward for you letting this other shit go, the past shit go. This is your reward. And like I said, I done been in the energy. I feel the energy from the new person. It's a beautiful feeling. So if you're wanting to be in a relationship, with your person, then, but you should just heal for yourself. It should just be for yourself at the end of the day. Okay. Anything that comes as a side effect of that should just be that, you know. You should just focus on, but it's your choice. Like I said, it's a recommendation, because this is about you freeing yourself from all that shit from the past, okay? And then, like I said, the less triggers you have, the less people can come in and mess with you, because it's human nature for people. It ain't everybody that's gonna do it, but it's human nature for some people to see how far they can take you. And I feel like with this twin, like I told you, they know all your damn buttons, and they just want to push them all. So that's why you gotta take the charge out of them. And when you take the charge out of them, they can push all day long, and they're not going to get any, because that's how they want to control you. That's what people don't get about triggers. That's what it's about. Because think about people like if you got a younger sibling, right? And they know all the things to do to you to irritate you, right? If y'all have that type of if y'all have that type of relationship where you're at odds a lot, the person knows exactly what to do to irritate you, because they grew up with you. They've been around you all their lives, right? So of course, when they get upset with you, they're gonna bring out whatever they got to bring out and do whatever they got to do to irritate you. It's human nature, right? So you got to think about it. It's control. They know that they can control you like that. That's why the twin does what they do, because it's a form of control. Because they feel like if they got that type of power over you to take you out of your good feeling, or your good day you having, or out of your peace, that's why you got to guard it. That's why the Seven of Wands shows up all the time, about protecting your energy. That's why when you sit in the Empress energy, it is about you protecting your energy, and knowing, or the Queen of Swords energy, like you bring your ass over here, I'm gonna chop you with the sword. That's what all of that is about you protecting how you feel, okay? Protecting the good feelings you have, no matter what, because that's what's bringing what you want to you. And when you have somebody come into your life and disrupt that, for however long you feel upset behind it, they've won. So you got to think about that, and that's what spurs me to want to heal, because I'm like, you not gonna get that over me. You not gonna do that, because remember I told you, you can hurt me. I can't stop you from hurting me, but I can fucking stop you from breaking me. I can keep that from happening. And like I said, I know that y'all are the same way, because we feel a certain kind of way. We can be sensitive and so on and so forth, but it gets to a certain point where we like, no, bitch, you don't get to do that. Okay, so I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all, Scorpios. Bye.